All right, this is S. Anthony. Glad you came back. Ready for the next one? All right, here we go.
S. S. Anthony Thomas. S.
Let's talk about gold diggers for a little bit. And I bring this up because I was reading an article, and I forgot exactly, it was a little while ago. And it was a really rich guy, an old guy that was dating or married to this really, really young girl. And it was very, very obvious what the relationship was. He was old. She was smoking hot. He wanted to get it on with her on a regular basis, and she wanted to spend his money and didn't mind getting it on with him. And people go, oh, this is just gross and disgusting. I can't believe this is gross. And I'm sitting there going, you know what? I'm not even going to wait till I'm that old. If I'm not married with children at 60, I'm going to be open to gold diggers. Yeah, I said it. Because, and I mean smart gold diggers, not the kind of gold diggers that literally come into the old guy's life and literally specifically try their best to spend all of the money and take all of everything from the guy. No. I'm talking about the kind of gold digger that's like, listen, I'm all about getting paid here. I'm fun to be with. I'm smart, and I'm going to get it on with this older person as much as they want. And I'm going to be driving this nice car and wearing this nice clothes and having a great time. I'm not even going to be unfaithful. I don't give a crap. I want the money and the lifestyle, and I don't mind getting it on with them. What the hell? Sex is sex. That's the kind of gold digger. That's the perfect kind of gold digger as an older guy. Because as an older guy, how is somebody going to give you a hard time? Oh, I can't believe you're getting it on with that smoking hot woman with the perfect body. You can't believe it? That's because you're a moron. I don't really see the problem with it if everybody knows what the deal is, right? I mean, why is he jumping on top of the 25-year-old? Huh? Why? It has nothing to do with her perfect face and body and the fact that you want to get up inside of her. That's all he wants. If he's 60 years old and successful, he has friends. He has a lot of people to hang out with. He has money. He's traveled the world. He's done all this kind of stuff. He doesn't necessarily need somebody to talk to all the time. He needs somebody that looks, smells, and tastes good that he can jump on top of and go, oh, and then that's what he needs. Okay? And if she's 25 and hot, she can get anybody she wants. If she wanted a young guy to jump on top of her, she's going to get that. But she goes, he's kind of cute enough to make me, ready to go. And he got a lot of money, so what the hell? It's not going to last forever. And it doesn't have to last forever because he's a lot older than her. But, I mean, I'm not going to judge that. I wouldn't want that as my first option. But if I'm an old guy and I don't have a wife or kids, I just might go about that route. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. Because I was in a similar relationship. It's similar in the fact that I was a lot younger than the woman. I was about 18 years old and she was 34 years old. And this woman was just, if she told you she was Halle Berry's cousin or sister, you would believe her. That's how good she looked. And basically she thought it was funny. She saw me at the club and we started hanging out, and I looked at her and I'm going, good God, she's fine. But I didn't think I'd have a chance at her because she's 34 years old and I'm some dopey 18-year-old. But, bow chicka wow wow. You understand what I'm saying? Oh yeah. And it was a cool relationship. She just basically, it was like I was basically a 5'9", 175-pound vibrator for this girl. She just basically called me up. Hi, what are you doing? And I knew what are you doing meant. What are you doing meant come on over here, climb on top of me, and push me through the mattress for a few hours. That's what it meant. And I was not, when I looked at the phone and I picked that phone up and I heard her voice, I knew exactly. She didn't call me to talk. We had a great conversation and hung out and had fun when we got together, but she didn't call me to talk. You know what she wanted me to do? Come over there, climb on top of her, get behind her, get underneath her. But as long as I put in that work for a long period of time, that's what she wanted. The funny thing about it was we were both at our, quote, sexual peaks, unquote, because I was 18 and she was 34. So basically she wanted me, things lined up perfectly, if you understand what I'm saying. So I understand the concept of those relationships because she bought me stuff and I was cool with that. I understand it. So I don't necessarily judge people when it comes to gold digging and all of that kind of stuff, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't do it now. I'd rather be the older person to the younger person now, even though, I'm kind of in the middle. So it's like, I'm still acceptable to date someone younger. But, 20 years from now, it's going to be like, hey, or 25 years from now, you sick, you pervert, Get off of her, you sick bastard. But I'm not going to judge anybody. I don't judge that 18-year-old that I was. What do you expect? What are you supposed to do? Not take the sex? What are you, crazy? But now as an older guy, it's different. You feel differently about sex because you still want it, but it's like you either want it and with no problems or you rather just not have it, because as an 18-year-old sexually is like a really big, dumb guy at the gym who can lift a lot of weights, but doesn't know how to put together a workout program. That's what an 18-year-old guy is sexually. And I know because I've been an 18-year-old guy, but now I'm a man. And as an older guy, not old, but older, I still have 85, 90% of the physical strength I had back then and most of the flexibility and most of the endurance. So I have a lot of the same strength, but I know how to put together a workout program. If you understand what I'm saying. I know how to put in that work. I got the power of that guy and the skill of an older guy, which is the perfect situation. So, but when I'm an older guy, it's going to be down to whatever. I'm not going to have anywhere near the power, physical power I had now. Definitely not that I had then, and the flexibility and all of that. I'm just going to want to get to the good stuff, and I have to go through all the problems. I'm not going to be wanting to chase somebody down and try to impress somebody with look, I'm old, I'm rich, you look hot. Listen, I want a girlfriend. You want to get it on 3 times a week and I'll buy you some stuff. I don't care what anybody thinks. Yeah, sure. Fantastic. I mean, that's why I laugh when people get mad and I can't believe that old guy did that. No, you can't believe that old guy did that and you're jealous because you can't do it. But I'll be honest with you. I'm not saying that I don't value relationships or that I hold sex as the most important thing, because I don't. Because personally, I think of sex as landscaping. Like when you see a building, landscaping is important. As soon as you see the building, you don't know what's inside the building, but you see the landscape and you go, that is really nice landscaping. That, you know what? That looks like a nice looking building. I think I'm going to go there and investigate that building. So you need the landscaping. That's what sex is, landscaping. It's important, but not the most important part. Because you can have the best landscaping out front of the building as possible, but if you go inside the building and the phones don't work and the building is jacked up on the inside and there's no equipment in there and everybody in there who works there is an idiot, it doesn't matter how good the landscaping was, the business sucks. But on the other hand, if the business is brilliant and incredible, you can hook up the landscaping. Okay? If the business is incredible on the inside and the workers are geniuses and they're making lots of money and there's a productive business and it's helping out the neighborhood and everybody loves it, but the landscaping's a little left up, you can hire somebody to hook up the landscaping. It don't take that much to put some trees out front and throw down some wood chips to make it look good. And that's how I feel about relationships. If she's a good person, I can teach you to do the disgusting things I want to do. I mean, not that I would do anything disgusting unless you follow me on Twitter, in which case you know I will do disgusting things, in which case I just lied to everybody. But what I'm saying is that's why I feel that way. But that doesn't take away from what I was saying about regarding the being an old guy. Because at that point, if I'm an old guy and I'm successful enough where I could actually offer a really good life to a person, I already got the business. And now I'm adding the landscaping, the good stuff, the good stuff that's that's fun to have, but not really that important because I already have everything else. But why not hook up my landscaping? I mean, that's not a bad thing, is it? And don't be judging me out there either. Don't act like if you, and this is not, and this is for the ladies too. Don't lie and act like if you were a really, really rich lady and you couldn't find a good guy and your life is just awesome in every way except you don't have anybody to climb on top of you that looks good. Don't tell me that if you see some 28-year-old guy who does crunches all day long that you're not going to climb on top of him and ride the crap out of him. Of course you will. And you shouldn't feel guilty about that. Don't let the world tell you that you should still be looking for somebody just like I will, be looking for somebody to be real with and have a real relationship with and have a great time with and build a life with. But don't act like you're not going to do that. But just know in the beginning, this is just landscaping. This relationship is just landscaping. I already got everything else. I'm just, making the outside look a little better. Like I said, it's not gender specific. The thing that cracks me up is when I see billionaires get married. I remember I saw a guy who was a billionaire. He got married to a lady he met and he very quickly got married too, which means obviously there was no prenuptial agreement. And then he wound up cheating on her, which is really stupid. It's like, dude, if you don't want to be married, don't get married. You're a billionaire. Straight guys would bang you if that's what you're into. If you're a billionaire, it's like, listen, man, I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm a straight man. I can't believe this guy is going to proposition me, man. I just had to walk away from him and just give him the finger. He's worth $20 billion. You think he'll want me to hold his balls while I do it? You see what I'm saying? That's the kind of power having $1 billion or several $1 billion will give you. And you got to realize that. That's why I said if I was a billionaire, man, I ain't marrying nobody. At least not right away. But why would you be a billionaire, marry somebody, and then immediately begin boning waitresses on the side? Boning your friends' nannies and all that kind of stuff that some of these jackasses do. If you're a billionaire, as soon as you get the money, the first thing you should do, and I'm sorry for saying this, but before you get married, get all the banging out of your system. Just bang everybody. If you see a tree stump, bang that. Bang everything. Get it out of your system. Get that, I wonder what she's like. I wonder what that's like. Get it out of your system. Because if you had the need to go around banging somebody on the side when you got married to somebody, that means you ain't finished banging yet. You're not finished having all the sex you need to have. You're not finished yet. You need to get that out of your system because it's going to cost you a whole lot of money when she drops your ass and when she stands in front of that judge and goes, and then he banged 40 waitresses. 40 waitresses? Well, we'll give you $100 million for every one of the waitresses he banged. Huh? Oh, he's broke? That's a shame. You know? So I decided, like I said in the beginning of this, that, like I said, if I'm 60 years old, all I'm saying is, gold diggers, bring it on. All I ask you to do is not spend so much money that you hurt my bottom line. That's all I ask. But hopefully before that happens, I will find a good woman to spend my life with or maybe have some kids with. But like I said, if I'm 60 years old and I don't have a wife and kids, I ain't saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke, because I won't be a broke. She will not be messing with a broke. I'll be rich. And we will be banging, often, and I won't care what anybody else says. Yeah, I said it. All right, cats and kitties, dudes and dudettes, we knocked out another one. Thank you for coming back, and thank you for the newest of the new big spikes in listenerships and subscriptions and all of that kind of stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you for getting the word out. Like I said, if you hear what you like, and you better like what you hear, damn it, share this stuff on your social media sites and get your friends to subscribe, and you bring your butts back so we can have some more fun. Thank you. Much love to you all. S. Anthony out.
S. Anthony Thomas. S. Anthony Thomas. S. Anthony Thomas. S. Anthony Thomas. Go ahead and laugh. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and giggle. We're gonna get wild. Go ahead and clap. Go ahead and cheer. We're gonna have a good time while up in